Hello. You guys have blown up my channel. Seriously, I know I'm not like a huge YouTuber or anything, but I uploaded a video and it got 30 views in like the first 2 hours. I was like so devastated. And I didn't like the title. I didn't like the thumbnail, so I changed it. And I checked back like a couple days later and it was at like over 2,000. And now that video is like, that video as of now is at like 5,800 views, which is insane. Most of my videos have like 8 times fewer views than that period. I have been vlogging for years. I haven't always like lived in my car. Obviously, I've only been doing this for a little while. I don't know how long I'm gonna do it, but I did renew my post office box for 6 more months. So that's gonna get me through the summer. And I still think if I can get through this summer, I'd like to get through the next summer. And I don't know, just kind of save money and see where it goes. And just, I do want to travel. So it'd be kind of cool to like car camp in a foreign country too, right? Is that what we do here? But you guys have questions and I have some answers. So Nunya Bert's 1246 says, I have 2 words for you. Minivan. It's like technically one word. Minivan is one word. But a minivan costs money. I don't really want to spend money on another vehicle. Like, I'm not going to get rid of this car. I love this car so much. I've raced it. It's my first car. I actually got it during COVID. I didn't have a license until like 2021. Like, I was just going stir crazy, and I actually started vlogging because I got this car, and we've been through so much together. I couldn't leave this car. I actually like small spaces, as kind of weird as that sounds, and a Camry is not like a super small car. Like, the only thing I would want more, honestly, is like this space here. It's just so unbelievably short. Like, I have to like twist in a weird position just to kind of get in and out. So that's annoying. Obviously, if the seat backs were removed, and I could find someone who made a bed platform that would give me several more inches of space to kind of lie down comfortably and honestly save a lot of room and make space like underneath the bed. It's just, there's nothing that I can do under there except there's just 2x4s holding up the backs of the seats. But I'm just used to it now. It is what it is. It's all good. 9070 said, save your coffee cups and pee when needed. Dump in bush away as far away from parking area. I'm not peeing on a coffee cup. I do have a coffee cup, but this is for my toothpaste bit, which I think is also gross enough already. Thankfully, in the more than 2 months that I've lived in my car, I barely had to use it. I think like 4 times. It is a portable urinal made for feminine anatomy. This is a little expensive, but in my opinion, just because I have to play Pister in the car, which is, I have to play Twister by myself to go pee. I call it Pister. I literally right here is, I have to somehow here, so I have to like fold this foldable table down, and then I gotta move that, and then one leg goes here, and then let's just say I'm flexible and I could have my own sideshow at the zoo. Rob R 4662. I know times are hard. It's a very big risk to live in a vehicle at the moment. The government and police do not consider a vehicle a home, whether you live in it or not. You do not get any protections that usually come with a home, like rights of privacy or search and seizure. Be very careful if you choose to live in your vehicle. You're right. But I find it more inconvenient to have someone stomping above my head for years straight, making me scream my brains out, which happens. And you can't choose your upstairs neighbors. So I've gotten really lucky, and I've gotten really, really unlucky. Usually I've had a horrible neighbor though, and roommates. I'm too old for that crap. I'm just not doing roommates and neighbors anymore. I'm just not doing it. And you know what? I'll take a Hellcat revving its engine behind me at 2 a.m. over someone who thinks he's a basketball star from 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. in the morning every day. That's just my 2 cents. JVNB. In the early 90s, I first heard of participation awards and ADHD medications. I told a coworker at the time, when these kids grow into adulthood, they won't know how to handle life. This video is a perfect example of someone never growing up. Well, respectfully, I have a job. I've had this job for over 8 years now. I grew up dirt poor. I had nothing. I've made something for myself in my life. Wayman Siming, please find a safer way to live that's not going to last long, especially with a cat. You deserve better than that. There's got to be a better way than living in a parking lot. Well, Osiris is with my mother. I get updates and pictures and everything right now, so she's doing very well, actually. Jerome breeding. Plenty of cat owners go to work. The cat will greet her at the door when she gets home. I don't get her rationale. Well, then you didn't watch the video. I live in my car. So, boss said no cat at work. Or, me no can leave cat in car. So, me no can be good cat owner if cat stay in car all day while me inside. Snowball 0979. Astronaut unsubscribed. Okay, flat earther, bye. Burktrap 3. You should park at hospitals or apartment complexes. I will. I have not done that yet. I was thinking about actually doing a hospital or apartment complex tonight, but I'm actually going to go to a truck stop tonight. I'm going back to the one I've already done. I just want to go back there. I need to get the frick away from this area. I need to get away from Walmart. You are one of many. I promise you are not alone. I definitely know that. I know my Walmart regulars by their car. So I can tell, well, actually I can't. A lot of them are, some of them probably are employees who just like to park far away. Like I can tell, like when the morning crew comes in, like just certain cars people park, they just want their car away from people. Like there's that. So I am probably mistaken that some people I think are car campers are actually employees and vice versa. But I do recognize some of the people that I see regularly because I've seen them outside of their cars. Skyman. You need limo tent on all your windows and pull in closer to the other workers' cars. The foil is a dead giveaway. You're in a car, not just police, but to people looking to harm you. You should not have a light on. I do not have foil. I do not use foil. Actually, the backs of my window covers look like this. So, as you can see, it just looks like I have limo tint. Smaro 77. You should have bought land somewhere cheap like Pennsylvania or upstate New York for probably $5,000. Then no one can bother you in your own land. Then there would be nothing to do. I would just be on land. I would actually have to live in Pennsylvania or upstate New York. No, thank you. Free Max. The exhaust is broken on your car, right? Makes a harsh noise. We're going to do a little tour of what is on this car. I actually used to race my car in rallycross. That is off-road racing. So this is volcanic rock wrap on the MagnaFlow header exhaust. Also have a cold air intake. The resonator is gone, and I have a glass pack MagnaFlow. The noise is harsh, but on purpose. Stay safe, man. Hope things get better. I will stay safe. I'm not going to talk about what kind of self-defense I have. I'm going to keep all that private because I don't need people to know what I have. I'm good. Trust me. We had a 2001 Camry that was still running at 300,000 miles. A smooth car. Ended up trading it in for $10,000 incentive toward an EV. Hey, to me, that's your loss. I would never trade this car for an EV. No way. But I'm a person who likes having a loud exhaust with Sparko wheels, so to each one's own. Daniel Thompson 6607. Renting is very predatory, living off the backs of others. How long do you plan on sleeping in your Camry? Well, I think I kind of answered that. At least for 6 more months. Probably longer. Probably at least another year and a half. Truck Camper Life YouTube. I've never watched a channel that the topic of pee comes up so often. a million laughing emojis. Cracks me up. Another good episode. Thank you, Truck Cam for Life. Does all these crazy truck adventures and apparently breaks his trucks and his drones. So, yeah, go check him out. Roger Dayton, how do you know / use the metric system so well? I have to convert it to imperial to understand it. Yeah, well, I just kind of wanted to learn it a long time ago, so I put everything in metric. The easiest one was really just temperature. Like, go on your weather app and change it to Celsius. Roger Dayton, what do you do for work? Unless you don't want to disclose for safety issues. I don't mind. I work in the Atlanta area in TV film. I work on a production lot. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I've worked in visual effects for over 8 years now. I guess I'm doing my job okay. You've probably watched movies and TV shows with my name in the credits. The last big movie that my name was in, I think, was Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. My first one ever was Skyscraper with The Rock. But yeah, I think my name's also in like the Obi-Wan show, maybe one of the Mandalorian episodes, Andor, season 1. Creamy Pasta. Does your boss know you're sleeping in your car? Yep. It doesn't come up, but I'm pretty sure everyone knows. I don't really keep it a secret. I was pretty transparent about it, honestly. J Strance, that deep breath on the highway, that gas station smell. This is such a vibe. Your editing is top shelf. Well, thank you back with another thumbs up to you. Someone did ask me who edits your videos are really good. I wonder if they're just trying to glaze me, but I do edit my own videos. I don't have anyone working for me. I did think about it in the past when I was doing gym content, but that content never really took off, so I didn't really want to hire anyone to edit, even though it probably would have helped. However, just kind of going through the pain steps of like doing the more like gym and food challenges, lifestyle challenges that I was doing before I did the car stuff, which I actually think a lot of them are pretty good videos. You can kind of see where I started to like figure out my own editing style that I've really kind of incorporated into my car life. But I've been kind of like relaxing a little bit, letting myself speak for longer periods, because I noticed that the people who are invested in the channel do kind of like the lore building aspects of watching my videos. So thank you. Alyssa De Rosa, had to subscribe because I was in a similar situation myself only a few years ago. Living unhoused seems like it's becoming a rite of passage in the US. Yeah, I mean, the American dream is kind of dead for a lot of people, honestly. A friend recommended I go on Hinge to look for dating, and I think I got one match, but then he unmatched me, and I was just like, oh, okay. Anyway, no, I probably swiped through like 1,000 people, and I think I had like 4 people. I'm really picky, and I didn't really want to date anyway, so if I can't even get in a relationship, how am I gonna... Who am I trying to buy a house? I don't know. I'm just gonna save my money and travel. You know, I do see comments about people like, oh, I'm gonna live in my car, like blah blah blah. I mean, it's really serious commitment, honestly. Like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Make sure your family knows where you are, your friends know where you are, your job knows where you are. I know a lot of people like to keep it a secret and like they're really ashamed about it. To me, it's an adventure. Be very careful. Take care of yourself. This is not for everyone. This is just something that I want to do for myself because I enjoy wanderlust. Zeed's Dead 19. You're too cute to be living in your car. There's something in our genes that tells us get out there, and we live in this world now that's just like, just stay here, stay in your spot, stay in the box. But a lot of people don't want to stay in the box. I'm one of those people. Girl, if you plan to live in your car, at least get a van so you have some more space. You can then slowly start building it up. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Maybe some kind of no-build setup. At least a freaking toilet, even if it's a bucket. Don't know how you folks do it with that one. Well, Tony Kart Racer 8032, like I mentioned, I do have a day job. I can stay here as late as I want, honestly. I have, badge access. So this is actually a really safe spot for me to be. I tend to spend most of my time here unless I'm sleeping or unless I just want to be out and about. The word of the day is wanderlust. Real Jim Marshall, what's your biggest guilty gaming pleasure? Well, I still play Final Fantasy XI, which just celebrated its 24th anniversary today. Creamy Pasta, Tell us about your past relationships and current love life. Please, 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 please. Also, since you mentioned you only see your mom once a year, what's your relationship with her like? There's not really much to say about relationships. I've never been in a serious or long-term relationship. I've had fleeting ones, like very short term. Been catfished a couple times. Like, who hasn't at this point in life? If I don't meet someone in person, it's just not gonna happen. And the relationship with my mother, it was strained growing up, but now that we're both older, we have a better relationship. So I'm thankful for that. Hello, Mother. I know you're watching. I did want to show you guys this. This is my stuffed animal, Sabrina. I've had Sabrina since I was like a toddler, maybe younger. The reason I brought this with me tonight is because I really miss my kitty, and I had Sabrina in Osiris's bed for over a year, and it's just kind of still covered in her fur, which is a little ridiculous, and it just kind of smells like her, and it just makes me feel better, so I kind of needed it. Let's go. All over the way this car sounds. The shortest left turn ever. I think it's too weird. No one cares if the truck stops. Backside out. Alright, up first. There's a girl like right there in her Prius. Yeah, this is going on. Which is that the most like insanely hard way. Somehow I've lost my food. Oh. Alright, check it out. I got fries. Oh my god. Got spicy nuggets. I even got a little teeny weeny burger. $6. Pretty good deal. 2 patties, some cheese. Everything on it that you want. Oh. That was so good. I've been eating chicken and rice and black bean soup. Gotta treat yourself every once in a while. Like, you just have to. It's late. It's like 8:20. I fell asleep like super late for some reason. Someone right there. That's cool. Well, he didn't see, so whatever. To Quidditch. Slowly getting there. I just gotta read more. Forcing myself to do it on the weekend. Wow. Yeah. My video I uploaded yesterday is at 2,337 views if I refresh. 2,338 views, and I'm at 1,726 subscribers. That is insane.